Namo Ratnatriyaya. My dear Dharma friends and followers, yesterday we have discussed human defilements, and inside the human defilement topics we have discussed human nature too. We are making discussion in a major subject, Vajrayana views and Vajrayana talk. This is a program of Vajrayana Federation, Nepal. And myself, I am Rajendra Man Bajracharya, every day coming with you to discuss and to share the views and talkings by talking. So, as we shared yesterday, human defilements and human nature, which arises because of ignorance, because of our desires. So, in continuation to human nature, today I want to discuss with you, I want to give views and talks on man's nature. When we say the man's nature, we know that man's nature is like a dense thicker that has no entrance and is difficult to penetrate. In comparison, the nature of an animal is much easier to understand. Still, we can, in a general way, classify the nature of man according to outstanding differences. First of all, there are those who, because of wrong teachings, wrong attitude, practice aesthetics and cause themselves to suffer. Secondly, there are those who by cruelty, by stealing, by killing, or by other unkind acts cause others to suffer. Thirdly, there are those who cause other people to suffer along with themselves. Fourth, there are those who do not suffer themselves and save others from sufferings. These people of the last category, by following the teachings of Buddha, do not give way to greed, anger, or foolishness, but live peaceful lives of kindness and wisdom without killing or stealing. Because of killing and stealing makes suffering to the human beings, to the man. There are three kinds of people in this world. The first are those who are like letters carved in rock. They easily give way to anger, to retain angry thoughts for a long time. The second type of man, those who are like letters written in sand. You know, when we write the letters in the sand, they give way to the anger also. But their angry thoughts quickly pass away. The written letters in a sand, when the floating river comes or the air moves from the writing places, it moves, it removes. Whereas the first type, written in the stone, carved, rock carved, that will long lasting. The third type is those who are like letters written in running water. When we write a letter on the running water of a river, they do not retain their passing thoughts. Immediately that will be erased. They let be abuse, uncomfortable gossip pass by unnoted, noticed. Their minds are always pure and undisturbed. So, among the three types of man, just first type, writing letters on a stone or any carved letters, that is very long duration, it will create the sufferings, it will create the disturbances. When we feel writing letters on the sign, it will remain for the time being. Along with the floating river and the swing of air erases, means their sufferings, their trouble will continue, but for short time. And the third type man, they don't cure anything, just like the letter writing on the floating water. They will be much more easier, comfortable, and happy in compared to the earlier two. So, these three kinds of people, the first of those who, just like the carve on the stone and rock and any other things, they will be very proud, act rashly and never satisfied. Very difficult to satisfy them. The first type of man, their nature are easy to understand. Then there are those who are courteous and always act after consideration. Their nature are hard to understand. Then there are those who have overcome desire completely. It is impossible to understand their natures because they are very proud, and thus people can be classified in many different ways. Their natures are hard to understand. Only Buddha understands them, and by his wisdom leads them through varied teachings. So, when you think the man's nature, sometimes we notice that the first sighting, first meeting with the person gives all his background too. If you are intelligent, if you are very far-sighted person, you could understand the man who met you in first time. So in Nepali and Newar people, they used to say one proverb, "Lu lanego sachuka, manu lanego chakwa." It means the gold, very costly, to weigh, to wet several times. Each and every time when handle the ornaments of gold ornaments, we used to measure in weight. But in one side, if you are far-sighted man, in one meeting, the activities shown by the other people to you, you can measure, you can weigh his proudness, his manner, his nature in one time. So if you are in that person, you have a knowledge of Buddha nature. So in this way, we should judge, we should monitor the human nature too. We could understand because of our intelligence are far-sighted. And we must not be rigid. We must tolerable. All these happens due to our knowledge. Knowledge comes from the mind, brain. Knowledge comes from the heart. That is called the Hridaya, Chitta, and Man, mind. So today, just in continuation of Buddha nature, human nature, and man's nature. When I say the man's nature, it also the nature of women. The common language we say for the living beings, human is called a man. In Nepal Bhasha also we say Manu. When we say Manu, that is man. Not the gender man. That is man and woman. Both is in common language we used to say man. So man's nature should be purified by Kaya Vaka Chitta Suddhikaran, the purification of Kaya Sharir, body, Vaka, boli, speech, mind, man. If we could do this, then we will be on the path of Buddha. We could realize the Buddha teachings. That's why Buddha nature we little bit understand. So understanding the Buddha nature, we can manage the nature of human and we can manage the nature of man too. Thank you very much, my dear Dhamma friends and followers. And we will continue these ideas, expression by talking with you in Vajrayana views and Vajrayana talk tomorrow as well. Thank you very much. Bhavatu Sarvamangal.